Promo Palace LLC Vlog7. We're going to call this one Making Music and Breaking Music. In my opinion, this is the biggest problem with the music business. I know artists, they always try to blame labels and whatnot. You know, labels are shady or whatnot. But this is the biggest problem with the music business. The making music and breaking music. Because, you know, the music business has two parts. The first part is making the music. And the second part is breaking the music. Now, when an artist first gets into the music business and starts making music in attempts to try to get to the music business, they know zero about breaking music. 0% about breaking music. So technically, you don't know anything about the music business. If you don't know that you make music and you break music, and you don't know how to break the music or how people do break music, you know nothing about the music business, because just making music is not the music business. Because the music business technically is just a, you know, subgenre of the entertainment business. Because the music business technically started from the movie business, because the movie business decided we were going to start putting music in the movies. And that's how the music business pretty much comes about. You know, we start putting music in the movies, and now we got to create a business for the music business. But at that time, it wasn't, you know, about getting music on radio and selling records and anything of that nature. At first, it was just, we need music for the movies. You know, they got to get paid because that's a service that they're providing, is the music for the movies. That's how that business created. And then it grew into album sales, singles, touring, merchandise, and everything else. You know, so at first it wasn't no really breaking music. You know, and then it comes into the, you know, later in the music business, because now you know, we're trying to sell CDs, we're trying to get tours, we're trying to sell merchandise. So now you gotta, you know, as new up and coming artists are coming, you gotta break them. You know, so making music and breaking music. And the thing you gotta understand about breaking music is there's no one way that works for everyone. You know, like back in the days, you know, it was really about street teams and radio. You know, that was the main two things. And nowadays, as an up-and-coming artist, it's damn near impossible for you to take your music to radio and break it. And by the way, you're going to need $50,000 just to do it. You know, because these little smaller minimal radio budgets, these $5,000, $10,000 radio budgets, that's not going to get you, you know, there nationally. You know, because you still got to have people call in and request. The song still has to take life of its own. You know, and that's the problem with most us, our artists. They think just because they make music that somebody's just supposed to break it for them. No, it doesn't work that way, because, you know, you're an artist that just started making music months ago. You got 0 fans, but you expect me to just play your song massively over and over again. What are you doing for me? What are you doing for the radio station? What are you bringing to the table? Because I can tell you, a song you ain't bringing nothing to the table if you just bringing a song. Because there's 1,000, let me tell you that, there's 1,000,000 other artists out there making music that could be just as good, if not better. You know, so think it just because you make a song that everybody's supposed to open up the floodgates. No, man, it doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying? Because to break music, it costs money. And if you ain't got no money to spend, what are you bringing to the table? So we supposed to put all our money up to break your song, your music, your vision, your goal. Like, that doesn't, you know, doesn't sound like a person that's even in control of their goals and their own vision. You know, and don't even sound like a person that could take too much credit, because making music isn't harder work than breaking music. Breaking music is a lot harder work. It's a lot more time goes into breaking music. A lot more thought goes into breaking music. A lot more money goes into breaking music. You know, so you can have the hottest song in the world. You can sound like the second coming of Nas, DMX, 50 Cent, whoever, man. Somebody still got to break that record. It still got to be broken. You make it, and you break it. You make it and you break it. And the way you break records has changed. Like I said, you can't really just go to radio nowadays. There ain't no street teams, especially during COVID. Like, who's street teaming during COVID? Nah, it ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, the internet is the primary real estate for breaking music, and a lot of people still don't even know how to do that. You know, they don't know how to really advertise on YouTube the correct way. A lot of people still caught up on Spotify, not knowing TikTok is way more powerful than all those platforms. You're not advertising on Instagram. You're not advertising on Facebook. You're not advertising on Twitter. You know, and these things, at $1 a day, artists could do it for themselves to try to help break their music themselves, if they're not willing to pay somebody that breaks records to break records. You know, because the DJs have lost power, especially right now during COVID. Once again, clubs are closed down nationwide. So what club DJs have power and impact to break a record right now when nobody's going to the clubs? You know, and we already said radio for unsigned artists is irrelevant because you need, you know, 40, 50K, you know, on a national campaign just to get, and then you still got to go and travel to all these cities that are playing your music and work these cities to try to get interviews at these stations and try to get, you know, shows in these cities. And once again, in a COVID climate, who's doing that? Who's doing that in a COVID climate? So everything right now is falling online. And Spotify, you know, it sounds good. You know, you can get royalties. But Spotify ain't breaking new artists like that. They're not breaking new artists. They're throwing, the artists that they throwing on the playlist are already broken. They broke themselves. You know. And even if they do put an artist on the playlists, it ain't gonna break them. Because you still got to be popping on YouTube. You still got to be popping on TikTok. You still got to be popping on Instagram, Facebook, and whatnot. You know, you look at a cat like Arizona Zergis, I think that's his name. This guy only got like 50,000 Instagram followers. Man, like, average dudes got that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be popping across the board. You know, you can't just, like, pop in one place. It has to carry over. You know, TikTok has to carry over to Instagram and Facebook, and same thing with YouTube. It's got to carry over to Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. They got to start sharing these things virally to these other platforms. Because if not, you're just big on one platform. You ain't really big worldwide or outside of that platform, you know. So make your music and break your music, man. You know, like, too many people, y'all getting in this business and all y'all know how to do is make music, and when you never made it, it's because you never knew nothing about breaking music. And it's not nobody's fault but yourself if you getting into a business that you know nothing about. You know, if I start a pizza joint, you best believe I'm gonna know how to make pizzas. But you guys getting in the music business, you start pizza joints and ain't none of y'all know how to make pizzas, because making music just doesn't get you on. If that was the case, cats like the Baby wouldn't have went to South by Southwest in a diaper. Cats like Lil Pump and Lil Yachty wouldn't have to dye their hair all these different colors. Rappers wouldn't have to do all these antics, these crazy things, if music alone was just going to break itself. Somebody has to break the music, and they got to know how to break the music and who to break the music to. So you dudes, y'all need to start getting in this business thinking, you know, oh, yo, Soulja Boy did it, or this cat did it, I'ma do it. Man, Soulja Boy was a smart little cat that broke himself. He broke his music. He used deceptive marketing tactics and broke his music, and he might have had other people help him break it. But somebody broke the music, and you can't just make music and it's gonna break itself. You know, you create the box that says break glass during emergency, it ain't gonna break itself. Somebody gotta grab it and break it. You know what I'm saying? So y'all dudes, you stop getting this business if you don't know nothing about it. And if all you know how to do is make music, then you know nothing about this music business. So making music and breaking music. And I ain't, you know, yeah, I get harsh sometimes, but I put out these free things just to let y'all know, like, I care. You know, I want y'all to have the right info out there. I want y'all being lied to. You know, I ain't one of these guys that's gonna say, yo, you give me your money and I get you popping. Because you can't make anybody and everybody pop. You know, there's so many things that goes into this. Image, branding, the marketing strategy, you know, actually advertise, you know, where you're advertising, who you're advertising to, the time you're advertising, like the time during the day. Like, you know, if you're advertising during peak hours and non-peak hours, these things, you know, what days you're advertising on, weekdays, weekends, all these things matter, you know what I'm saying, to go into breaking music. It's so easy to go in and write some lyrics to a song and just rap over a beat, record, it's done. But then now you got a guy like me has got to go break down your Instagram marketing strategy. Now I got to do your Facebook marketing strategy. Now I got to do your Twitter marketing strategy. Now we got to pitch it to playlists. Now we got to do your TikTok. You know, like all these things take like strategies, and every strategy ain't the same because every platform ain't the same, because some platforms might, you know, certain things advertise better on these platforms than they do these other platforms. You know, there's just so many things that go into breaking music. Y'all dudes get into the business thinking y'all just making music like y'all just got it so figured out. I'm going to make it. Oh, good luck with that. Who's going to break it? You know, you? Because if you just started making music 3 months ago, I can guarantee you don't know jack about breaking music. You don't know nothing about breaking a record. You know, and it takes people years to learn how to break records. You know, it's like there's no college course, you know, at Harvard on how to break records, because every artist is different, you know. And then, you know, you definitely need a good PR person. I didn't even throw that out there. You need a good PR person, and I don't mean one of these BS online people that call PR people and they never physically take you anywhere. They never have you physically going nowhere. You know, real PR people have you physically going places. If you just, like, they just do an online promotion, that's not really a PR, because PR is public relations. That's not like getting you out there to the public face to face, you know. So making music and breaking music, man. Y'all dudes get into this business, y'all don't know what y'all getting yourselves into, because just because y'all think y'all can make a hot song, who's gonna break your record? Because I know I ain't doing it for free. And I don't know one advertising company that's doing it free, because we're not record labels. We ain't looking to get money on the back end. We ain't looking to sign you. Ain't no advertising company looking to sign you to collect royalties on the back end. We want all our money up front. And if you ain't giving us no money up front, ain't no promo getting done up front. Nada, zilch. Because we ain't trusting you to pay us on the back end. We don't know you. We don't know you. We just met you. We ain't trusting you to pay us later for promo. No, I wouldn't trust my own moms to pay me later for promo. So, no, squash that. You know, once again, making music, breaking music. If you don't know how to break music, man, and you're an artist and you're independent, you better learn. Because if you're independent, you gotta rely on you doing everything. You either paying somebody to do everything out your pocket, or you physically doing it yourself. If you're on a label, hey, you can sit back and just pray and hope that they know what they're doing. Because most people on labels just sit back and watch anyways. You know, they sit back and watch everybody else work. That's another thing. Don't watch us work, artists. Don't watch us work just because you paid us to do promotion. Don't watch us work. Work yourself too. Do some. Be doing something else. You know, if we work in your Spotify, why don't you go ahead and work your Instagram? You know, reply to people who like and comment your joint. Don't watch us work. Do work yourself. Get in there and reply to all your fans one by one. You know, making and breaking music. All this go, you know, and if you don't do your part as an artist while we promoting, what we do don't work anyways. Because you still, you know, if we getting you followers and fans, you got to be replying to these people and reacting to these people. Thank you, you know, for following me. You just sit back and watch us work. You sit back and just watch us work, man. That doesn't get nothing done, man. Just like we said, if you're on radio, you have to physically go to these radio stations that are playing your music. Don't watch us work. Just because I'm working your song on radio doesn't mean work is done. You need to travel to the closest radio station to your town that you're getting radio play on. And you need to go to the station and say, hey, we're getting radio play. Can we get the interview? Then you need to, after the interview, you need to talk to the stations. Who's the biggest show promoters around here? So we can holler at them because we're getting a lot of radio play in this city. Our song is popping in this city. We need a show. Don't watch us work, and that's the thing. Y'all watch us work too much. Y'all think because y'all pay us, you a boss. You ain't a boss yet. You ain't made it. You think because you pay somebody to promote your joint, you on boss mode now. Oh, I paid him. I'm a boss. Let me watch him work. No, because you still got to, no matter what we doing, you still got to do things yourself. If we getting people to like your Facebook page, you got to hit these people up personally and thank them. If we're getting people to follow your Twitter account, you need to be hitting these people up personally. Same thing with Instagram. If we're getting you added to playlists, you need to be thanking these playlisters. If we got DJs picking up your record and we're sending you this info, hey, so-and-so picked up your record, they want to drop. You need to be hitting them up and thanking them and doing the drop, not us. Making and breaking music, man, you got to do your part, so don't watch us work. Dudes, when you get into this business, if you don't make it, understand that it's possible. It's more likely, possibly, because you knew nothing about there being two parts of this business. You thought just because you make music, you doing your part. No. Making music is not just the job requirements of an artist. You got a million other job requirements than that. It's your job to interact with your fans. It's not our job. It's not our fans. They're your fans, not ours. It's just our job to help you reach these fans and get to these fans. It's not our job to thank them for following you. That's your job. They're your fans. They're paying your bills, not ours. And you got to be appreciative of your fans because, there's going to be a time as an artist where tour dollars are going to start drying up, sales are going to start drying up, streaming dollars are going to start drying up because you wasn't appreciative enough of your fans. You didn't stay in tune with your fans. You didn't tap into your fans enough. You didn't consistently put out music for your fans. And that's another thing. If you got real fans and you know who they are, you got to consistently put out music for these people that screw the fans you ain't got yet. The ones you got right now, those ones you gotta constantly put music out for those guys. So this is actually one of the longest vlogs for me, man, because I can talk about this for days, man, when it talks about making music and breaking music. Like, there's so many mistakes you artists make when it comes to these two parts. Y'all just make music and just sit back and watch everybody work. And then if you ain't made it, you want to point fingers and blame everybody else. No, it ain't nobody else you could blame but you got to point at yourself and blame yourself. Because you sat back and watched everybody work. You didn't do no work. It's your dream, it's your goal, it's your vision, it's your music. You don't just sit back and watch everybody work and think that you just going to make it. Just because you made hot music. I mean, there's plenty hot records out there. Like, radio doesn't need hot records. We can get hot records. 1,000 people submitting every day. We're not begging for hot records. We're not hurting for hot records. We're not hurting for whack records, good records, great records. We get thousands of submissions every day on playlisting, radio, whatever you may do. If you own a blog, you get thousands of submissions every day. We're not begging or hurting for music. That's what y'all got to realize. Thousands of people submitting us every day. What makes you stand out from the rest? And it ain't just going to be just because you make better music than that person. Because we're totally going to respect the guy that's working. I don't care how good your music is. If you ain't working harder than the next man, I don't respect you. I only respect people that work hard in life. So if you ain't doing no work, you just sit back and watching us work as an artist, I have zero respect for you. I don't care how hot your song is. You can sound like Rakim, Nas, KRS-One. You can sound like Jay-Z, Eminem, Tupac, Biggie, all rolled in one, man. If you ain't working, I don't respect you as a man. I don't respect any man that doesn't work. So don't watch us work. Just because you making hot music doesn't mean we're going to open up the floodgates and, oh my gosh. No, you still got to work, because if not, we don't respect you. We don't respect grown men that don't work. That's called a bum, man. That's called a man that can't stand on his own 2 feet. You know, we don't respect men that need women to take care of them for the rest of their life. My uncle did that. Lived with his mommy, you know, his whole life. He's still living with his mommy's house his whole life. 56 years old, can't even pay, never lived out on your own as a man, you know, in real life. Like, never paid all, no real bills, no rent, paid on your own groceries, you know. If you ain't done that for multiple years in your life, I mean, you're pathetic. You're a bum, you know. So don't watch us work. Put in work. Work hard, man. Yourself. Just because you see us working doesn't mean, you know, the job is done, man. You got a lot of things that you gotta do yourself. Making music, breaking music, you know. That's pretty much, you know, how it goes, man. So, you know, that's what it is. You know, this is Promo Palace LLC. I'm Paul Pickett. You know, you can check us out at promopalace.biz, indiecastle.net, planetplaylist.com. Check out our apparel at newlitter.com. You know, it's a dog lovers based apparel. Also, you know, we got multiple blogs. You can follow us at Promo Palace LLC. TikTok at Promo Palace LLC, and you can contact us at promopalace, the number 1 at gmail.com. That's promopalace, number 1 at gmail.com. Once again, this is Promo Palace LLC, Vlog7, making and breaking music.